So it is LEGO release day at the time of recording this video at least. It is the 1st of March 2025 and it means the F1 releases by LEGO are available now for all of us to buy. And I have this icons set here of Nigel Mansell's 1992 Williams FW14b. A fantastic looking LEGO car and well, I really look forward to building this cool looking set. So let's have a look first at the box, and it's a pretty typical LEGO Icons packaging with the 18+ rating. And on the front there is a picture of the built car with the different size wheels now, and also the Goodyear branding on it. Here then is the little minifig that's included, and this whole set is of course licensed by Williams Racing. The side view of the car then is also very good. And the minifig of Nigel too, with that famous mustache. The back of the box then shows the car on the display stand, and in these inserts you have some more detailed pictures. And this one of the removable engine cover is very nice, I think, and here's some technical data as well. But it all looks very promising, I must say, so yeah, I can't wait to start the build. Now I won't be doing a full speed build video, but I'll just show you the progress step by step and give you my thoughts whilst I'm at it. So let's now open it up and well, let's get on with it. So here's the contents of the box. Here's the little instructions manual then, and then the wheels which are loose in the box. This sticker set too is not packaged separately. Not the best idea in my opinion. As you can see, the back paper has already peeled off a bit. Loads of stickers for this set of course. And all the bags are in paper now, which is nice. Here are those new wheels then, and in some reviews some people mentioned theirs were a bit scuffed and damaged, as they are for me too, as you can see. I also just noticed there's no Goodyear printing on the insides either. That's maybe the next step, so LEGO will maybe rectify this on the follow-up sets. Let's have a quick look now at the booklet, the manual then, with on the front a picture of the LEGO car, and then on the back a picture of the back of the LEGO car. So this is set number 10353, and on the first page there's some LEGO stuff, and here's a picture of the real car and some info on the Williams FW14b. The next page then has a sort of short biography on Nigel Mansell, along with some pictures of Nigel from his time at Williams. And then on the next page is an explanation from the set's designer, Gus McLaren, apparently. I mean, that's a joke, right? Gus McLaren, the designer of the Williams Lego version. I mean, hi Gus McLaren, thanks for this Williams set. Don't tell me the McLaren MP4 set has been designed by a guy called Williams. I mean, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, the next page has the beginning of the instructions then, and well, just let's start building this set. And I'll see you then at the next stage. So let's start the build then of this Williams FW14b Lego set. I really look forward to it, and let's rip open bag number 1. That's really handy, these paper bags, you can nicely rip them open. So let's go and see what stage 1 brings. So I already paused the build quickly here and show you the minifig, which I think looks really cool, and the likeness of Nigel Mansell is pretty much on point. Well, let me put on the light so you can see it more clearly. There we go. So pretty much on point with the famous mustache and the big eyebrows, of course. The suit is also really nicely done with the visible stitching, and the back too is printed. The elf branding here is the only branding I can see. The hair then is also pretty good, and the gloves are white, which should be blue I think, but yeah, it's at least not skin tone. The helmet that you get with it is also pretty nice. It's partly printed on the top only. You can also see the Canon branding here, more or less. The sides are not printed, that's because it's stamped on the top. but yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Of course, it also has the secondary facial expression, although the difference in between the two is pretty minor. But yeah, I'll turn it back to the happy face. And so yeah, the minifig and the matching helmet, I think, is the pretty good addition to this set. The first real step then is building this small podium the figurine can stand on. And here is the first usage of the stickers too, with a quote from Nigel on it, his signature and the Williams logo. The minifig then is holding a brick built trophy and can hold its helmet too. So is the first part of the actual car you build then, and this is basically just the floor, the bottom part of the rear suspension, and then the Renault V10 engine, which has some nice details in it, I think, with these blue whips connecting to these golden pieces as well. And the way the engine block is built up is very cool, and it needs a few stickers too. As you can see, it's basically only the Renault F1 branding. So here we are at the end of the second stage now, where the rear suspension has been completed. These golden pieces in it are also very cool, I have to say. And these ball joints is a nice solution, I think. The engine is also very nice, and this part of the cockpit, and especially the seat or the seat belts, are really nicely done. And this small plaque too is a surprising detail, as it won't be too visible when fully built up, I guess. Step 3 has been completed here, and the bodywork around the engine and the cockpit has been built with the sidepods and some panels for the engine cover. The top here is all tiled up, which looks nice, I think. This half printed piece here is worth mentioning too. It does leave a little white border, which is a shame, but I mean, okay. I do like the detailing of the sidepods intakes. This looks really nice, and these side panels are really clever and wrap around the engine nicely. And this is of course the part where the removable engine cover will be built on. So we're now at the end of stage 4, where you build the cockpit and then the beginning of the monocoque. Oh, I noticed I missed a few pieces here. They'll probably be over there with the leftover spare parts still. But yeah, now the cockpit is fully built, the steering as well, the front suspension and all that. So yeah, first I'll add the missing pieces here from the side pods and then move on to bag number 5. Step 5 now has been completed, and here it was concentrated more on the rear of the car, and you basically finish off the rear wing too. And it's actually quite a big and heavy construction, to be honest. I think it doesn't look too good from all angles, but it is what it is, I guess. Here on the back end again, I missed some pieces. But yeah, I might modify the back of the car later on and make it a bit more refined looking. But yeah, for now, let's move on to the next stage then. So in this step number 6, we concentrate more on the front end with the wings and the nose that's being built up. I really like these little shrouds, let's call them, sticking over the suspension that typify this car so much, with the active suspension, of course. The nose then is pretty flat, but I still think it looks good. It's a good compromise. But yeah, let's see now how the build evolves into step number 7. So in this 7th step then, the build of the whole car is basically completed, And first of all, I'd like to say to Mr. McLaren Asset's designer, well done to you, my good sir. This is a very good looking Lego version of the Williams FW14b. There is still this bag number 8 left, but that's probably the stand. And there's one more sticker to be used as well on the sheet. But first, let's have a better look at the completed builds of the car. So now the Lego Icons Williams FW14b, what do I think of it? Well, first of all, let's start with the Minifig, which is a real nice addition with that little podium. The likeness of Nigel Mansell is really on point as well. The trophy is not really to my liking, to be honest, and the podium itself is a bit unnecessary, I think, but I mean, it's in line with the McLaren release. The helmet that you get with it also looks fine, just a shame that the sides of it are left blank, but still, it's clearly the Mansell design on it. The car itself then looks very good, I think. I had a real nice time building this one. Now, of course, it's not 100% realistic though. The tobacco stickers for one are missing, of course. But for now, I wanted to complete this original build. Some nice touches are the suspension and the special elements that are typical of this car. The nose then is maybe a bit flat and a bit steep, but it still kind of works for me. The front wing too is a bit flat, shames the flaps aren't a bit more pronounced. The wheels then I think look pretty good and are a massive improvement on the ones on the McLaren with the wider rear tires, and then the Goodyear branding printed on the sidewalls, of course. It's a bit of a shame the inner sidewalls aren't printed as well. I do like these wheel nuts with them being different colored on either side, which is a real nice touch. The cockpit then is also very good with these red branded seat belts, and this Lego model also has working steering. I do think the cockpit is maybe a bit too small compared to the rest of the car. I may change this up at a later point in time. The sidepods then look really cool with these intakes that have a small grille inside, and the engine cover too is nicely shaped. To me it looks maybe a bit too low, so I might do some modifications here too then. The opening engine cowling, if it wants to open, yeah, there you go, is a cool feature, and the engine bay with the Renault block in it is pretty nicely detailed. The designer has done a superb job on this one. To the rear of the car then, and yeah, this part is, well, the part that I'm not too convinced about. The placement of the rear wing looks a bit off, I think. I'll most likely try to change this up first. And the whole rear view of the car is all a bit too blocky and fat. The rear wing too, with these many layers and these ball joints in it. But yeah, I mean, it may need some work to make it like a perfect model. But the standard build will be plenty good enough for most Lego fans, I think. By the way, I noticed this suspension movement on it as well. It doesn't have working springs, it's just the flexing of the plastic parts. And in case you're wondering, these are all the spare parts. And well, that's basically it for the standard build. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to mention. In the manual, there is this sort of progress bar at the bottom of the pages, and it is actually the Mansell minifig that's walking the line, showing you how far you are into the build. And I don't have the McLaren set, so I don't know if they always do this Lego, but I thought this was a pretty cool feature. So as I mentioned throughout the video, although the original build is very good, I still wanted to make some adjustments on this car. And this is a good thing about Lego, of course, you can make changes wherever you want on it yourself. So I started to muck around a bit, but in the meantime I also found this MOC on Rebrickable by a user called Bentobrick. and his upgraded build changes all the things I thought were a bit off on the original, so I decided to make this version instead of my own then. So this build uses most of the original pieces, even the original stickered up parts don't need to be restickered, they are perfectly reintegrated into this version. You do need some extra pieces though, and that's also why I waited up until now, so almost a month later, to make this video, as I had to order the new bricks, dismantle the old version and build this new one from the ground up. The changes made on this MOC though are very subtle, and that shows you just how good the original was. But it does improve the look of this Williams Lego massively. The proportions are just much nicer, and it looks very much closer to the real car. And oh, the instructions for this MOC are free, which makes it even better. So as you can see on mine here, I've also used a new sticker set to really finish it off. Since this sticker set was actually made for the original version, I had to be creative, let's say, to make it fit on this new build. This upgraded version then features a show the nose section, more realistic pushrod parts for the front suspension, the active suspension, and different intakes for the side pods as well. The engine bay too then has been changed up a bit. These blue whips/leads were not included in the MOC anymore, but I used them anyways again as I liked the look of them. The engine cover shape then has changed too, and it's easier to remove it as well. The whole rear of the car then has been refined, and I also made some minor adjustments myself to the rear wing to make it look even sleeker, although the view now from the back then is not all that, to be honest. So this MOC is a must build in my opinion, and even if you have built the original one already, just disassemble it, order the extra bricks for this build and have a go at it. You certainly won't regret it. So this then concludes this video of the Lego Icons Williams FW14 build. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and check out the other content on the channel, like this other Lego build I did, this epic MOC of the Jaguar XJR9. In the meantime, take care and I'll see you again in the next one.